Hello, and thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Neda Irampour. Here at CBS 8, we are working for you. We're getting to the bottom of problems you've asked us about, and we're looking for solutions. We begin with the impact the Tijuana sewage crisis is having on people living in the South Bay. So according to newly released results of a CDC survey, many believe the area is not safe to even visit. From air quality to the drinking water health concerns, community members say they have had to change their lifestyles because of the ongoing cross-border contamination. CBS 8's Richard Allen working for you and digs into the results of this latest study.
That are moving because of the smell.
Angela and Javier Hernandez have called Imperial Beach home for the past decade, but the ongoing sewage crisis has them questioning if they should stay here, especially if they start a family.
There's been a couple times where I just wake up in the middle of the night, have to close the window and turn on the air purifier on full blast sometimes. It does bother you and wake you up.
We do hear promises like during political season. We hear all candidates promise that they're going to fix the problem, and it's been years. We've been residents of Ivy for 10 years, and it's still been a problem.
A problem, according to this new survey, impacting most residents here. The federal study finds that 67% of respondents do not believe the area is safe to visit, work, or live in, and nearly all, 97%, are concerned about air quality.
I love hearing the waves at night. I like having that breeze come through my window, but I don't get to have that anymore.
IB resident Tanya Morales says she's had to make adjustments to her life because of the sewage crisis.
I like to keep my windows open, but I can't keep my windows open anymore because of the smells that are coming in at night, because I worry about my kid.
In fact, this survey finds that more than 60% of parents say their child missed school because of symptoms they believe are connected to the sewage crisis. And 64% of those surveyed report new or worsening health symptoms like headache, congestion, or coughing.
If they're not paying attention to this, they all need to be fired.
Local activist Baron Partlow is founder of Stop the Poop, formed in 2017 to address the sewage crisis.
I haven't been able to body surf in Imperial Beach in 8 years. I can't take my grandson to the beach, and I've lost that bonding time with him.
He hopes these new results serve as a wake-up call to elected officials to address the crisis, and is also calling for systematic and regular testing of water, soil, and air in the impacted areas.
Test them all simultaneously and immediately give us the results so we know today what we're exposed to, so we don't have to find out what we're sick from tomorrow.
And that was Richard Allen reporting, speaking with a lot of people there. Local congressional leaders have been able to secure $650 million, that's in federal funding, to fix the South Bay International Wastewater Treatment Plant, the one in San Ysidro, but that will still take years to complete. Meantime, County Board of Supervisors recently voted to advance a 5-point action plan. This would include steps like upgrading air filtration and ventilation systems in schools and in daycares. County officials are now reviewing this plan, which has not yet been finalized or funded. We'll keep you updated. A popular Hillcrest shortcut finally opened after 3 years of delays. Have you noticed this? We've been working for you on this story, and now CBS 8's Abby Black shows us the major improvements that make this critical route safer for drivers and for cyclists.
The beloved shortcut from Hillcrest to Mission Valley had been closed for nearly 3 years, frustrating drivers and cyclists with repeated delays. We've been working for you on this story, and now Bachman Place is finally reopened with major improvements to widen what was once a narrow road.
Bachman Place.
It's been 3 years since cyclists, pedestrians, and drivers have turned on to Bachman Place.
I was surprised, honestly, when I saw it open, so I took this road.
We've been following this story for you since April 2022, when UC San Diego Health Construction shut down the popular shortcut. Signs promised reopening by summer 2024.
It wasn't going to happen.
Carl Weinman was right. When we returned last October, signs showed another delay until summer 2025. We've been tracking how this impacts cyclists who depend on this critical route.
The next one all the way is Texas Street, and I'm riding up that.
It's also much quicker for drivers to hop on the 8 or 163.
I used to work in Mission Hills, and I used to use this to get home all the time. It would save me like 30 minutes.
Working for you, we discovered although Bachman Place is publicly accessible, UC San Diego Health owns and maintains this road. UC San Diego sent us this statement. We've not only reopened a key shortcut, we've made it better, safer, and ready to support San Diego's growth for decades to come. They also say that they added the road upgrades to its $3 billion campus expansion project to avoid closing the road again later.
It's much nicer. I don't know if they're still parking along the side. I have no idea.
We have the answer. No parking along Bachman Place. We also have video from all angles that shows more improvements. Our drone shows the narrow route has been widened to 43 feet with 2 southbound lanes, 1 northbound lane, and upgraded bike lanes and new pavement.
Plus, it doesn't have that really narrow spot in the middle. It's a lot safer.
We also spotted these cameras on the new light poles. We're still working for you to get answers from UC San Diego about their purpose and privacy concerns.
Bachman Place. Walk sign is on to cross.
After 3 years of delays, drivers and cyclists finally have their shortcut back.
And now that it's open, Washington's clear, this is clear, so it's really nice. Have a good one.
Working for you in Hillcrest, Abby Black, CBS 8.
They now drive off Bachman Place right there. Nice route. The EPA has reached a settlement with Gateway Energy Storage after last year's lithium battery fire at its Otay Mesa facility. This one, it burned for days. The fire lasted nearly 2 weeks due to flare-ups at this site. While no fines were issued, the company must now follow strict safety rules, monitor the environment, and report progress as cleanup continues. Cleanup is still ongoing under EPA and local supervision. As ICE raids intensify all around the country and here in San Diego, many families of undocumented migrants are living in fear and uncertainty. For those affected, one of the challenges is finding out where a loved one is after being held after a raid. CBS 8's Esmeralda Perez spoke with a local immigration attorney about how you can track down someone who is in custody.
Immigration enforcement operations are ramping up across the country, many captured on video in homes and workplaces. But if someone you know has been detained, how can you find out where they are?
So this is our primary tool.
Tonight, I spoke with immigration attorney Ian Sorello, who wants to warn people it could take hours or even days before someone appears in the system. First, go to locator.ice.gov. That's the online detainee locator system. You'll need to enter the person's information.
If you know the A number of the person that you're looking for. So it's an 8 or 9 digit number, and then you will also enter the country of birth.
If you don't have the A number, which is usually given after someone applies for asylum or a family petition, you could still search. Scroll down and enter their full name, country of birth, and date of birth. Ian walked me through the process using one of his clients as an example.
So here for this specific instance, the person is detained in the Golden State Annex. So when you click on this, it will give you more information about the facility, right? So you will see here the address.
Meanwhile, the ICE website also provides public data under detention management. There, you can download a spreadsheet with tabs showing year-to-date figures, including how many people have attended hearings, how many have not, and the average bond amounts by month.
It has increased.
Ian says judges can post a minimum bond of $1,500, but based on this data, the average tends to be much higher.
So out of the a small percentage who are able to post bond, very small amount. I mean, it's a very small number, and yet the amount of bond actually increased.
In the monthly segregation tab, you'll find a list of detention centers and how many people were separated from the general population for disciplinary reasons. We checked the Otay Mesa Detention Center for the month of May.
There's one, okay?
One person.
One person in May 2025 served, was punished for something.
The Facilities tab provides a detailed breakdown of each center, including detainees by gender, those with criminal records and those with none.
Like this one, so the male non-criminal, you will see 3 to 4 digits there. And you wonder, why are these people who are, who have no criminal conviction are in detention?
And that was Esmeralda Perez looking into that information. This data can be especially useful for advocates and policymakers. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, you can find a link in the online version of this story. Just go to our website, cbs8.com. Coming up here, thousands of local students will be forced to put down their phones for the upcoming school year. We're going to show you the new rules for San Diego Unified and the few exceptions. Plus, you may notice fewer children on e-bikes by the end of this summer, the changes that are coming to Chula Vista. The San Diego Unified School District unanimously approved a new phone-free policy for all of its campuses. The policy requires students to turn cell phones off and keep them out of sight during class time. This all starts with the start of the new year, August 11th. It aligns with the new California law mandating districts to limit cell phone use during school hours. This policy applies to all grades, TK up through 12th grade, but it does allow some exceptions. So we want to point these out for you. Phones can be used before and after school, on buses, during extracurriculars, and for high schoolers during lunch and passing periods. Phones can also be used in emergencies, for special needs, or as part of a classroom lesson. At last week's board meeting, the superintendent said this policy is about supporting kids and their mental health.
We paid attention to our U.S. Surgeon General talking about social media and the significant harm that it's causing to our students and children.
Dr. Bagula there, the superintendent of San Diego Unified. She says enforcement will range from verbal warnings to confiscation of cell phones. Chula Vista is tightening the rules on e-bikes. The city council recently approved new regulations aiming at improving safety. Kids under the age of 12 will no longer be allowed to ride e-bikes. So 11 and under not allowed. And for those under 18, carrying passengers is now off limits, only one person at a time. The new rules also place restrictions on riding e-bikes on sidewalks. If this all gets approved after a second reading by Chula Vista council members, the regulations will take effect August 21st. Fines for violations are expected to start in October. After a year and a half behind barricades, Pacific Beach's iconic Crystal Pier finally back open to the public. Quite a beautiful spot. From crashing waves to those classic views, it's a welcome comeback for this coastal favorite. CBS 8's Brian White reports from the pier with what people are saying.
Yeah, the pier is back and better than ever. All those repairs over the last 18 months have finally paid off, and people are wasting no time soaking up all that sunshine, all that scenery out there on the Crystal Pier.
We were so excited when we saw on the news that it was open again. It was awesome news.
The Crystal Pier is officially reopened, and locals say it feels like a piece of home has returned.
We love being above the water and just seeing the green and blue and the breeze on your face, too.
The nearly 100-year-old pier was closed back in December 2023 after winter storms caused major structural damage. Since then, the city of San Diego and the Crystal Pier Hotel's owners launched an extensive $2 million emergency repair project. Crews worked for months replacing broken braces and support pilings.
Just like crazy. Torture, yeah. I mean, it just seemed like it was forever.
With the pier closed, many fishermen had no choice but to fish from the beach, and for some, that just didn't cut it.
I grew up around here and came here when I was a kid. So seeing it close, it really hurts, you know, because I can't get out here and have fun.
And now people can finally enjoy the full length of the pier again, from fishing rods to family strolls.
It's just something I've been waiting so long. This was always the highlight of my everyday walk, and I missed it so much. I love it.
The return of the pier is stirring up more than just nostalgia. For many, it's a deeply personal place.
It means home. It's San Diego. You just get a good feeling looking out here.
City officials say no additional construction is planned, though regular inspections will continue to ensure the pier stays safe for future generations.
Never thought it was going to reopen. Didn't know this was happening, and then today, you know, we saw all the fisher people.
It's like Christmas morning.
It is like Christmas morning. Christmas morning. Really exciting, and it's really nice out too.
In Pacific Beach, Brian White, CBS 8.
Certainly glad to see that and love to hear what people think about the pier. The days of giant turkey legs and rides are over until next summer. So coming up here, we're going to check in with the San Diego County Fair's Lost and Found as another successful season is in the books. Welcome back. Advertisements for alcohol will become more common on San Diego trolley cars and bus shelters. The San Diego MTS board voted to lift its ban in an attempt to try to boost revenue. This comes after a 2-year pilot program where some brands were advertised in certain areas. The ads raced far below expectations, but they did not receive any complaints. Some board members say they're concerned about the potential negative impacts of these ads in low-income neighborhoods, but MTS officials say there was no evidence of that during this pilot program. Another successful year for the San Diego County Fair. Close to 1 million people came out for all the food, the rides, the games, but several of those people left something behind. CBS 8's Jenny Day has more from the Lost and Found.
From phones to shoes, hats, and glasses, even a bicycle pump this year. Close to 800 items are now here at the fair's Lost and Found.
A gentleman just came in this morning and picked up his wallet.
All day long.
What color is it?
In person and on the phone.
Where do you think you lost it?
Lost items found by their owners.
Great.
Are you so glad it's here?
I'm so glad.
Yeah, that looks valuable.
After 20 days and an average of 44,000 people per day, you could say a few things got left behind.
These are the glasses we have. I think I had 67, 68 pairs. 11, 12, 13 cell phones left over.
These are all just car keys. Like you said, how did you get home?
A variety of keys.
In total, 62 sets of keys, 89 credit cards, and 69 purses. Whether it was left with a vendor or fell from a ride, there are canes, umbrellas, water bottles, boxes full of clothes and hats, and bins full of wallets and jewelry.
We get one shoe. Mostly children, one shoe.
For 24 years now, Gail Tompkins has been in charge of guest services at the San Diego County Fair. She says nothing too unusual came in this year compared to previous years.
We had a microwave one year. We had a brain scan. We've had crutches, oxygen tank. Nothing surprises us, I don't think, anymore.
So if you are missing something, you have until the 14th to swing by guest services. Then your stuff will be moved to these so-called coffins, and you'll have to call to describe your lost item. I'll put that number on CBS8.com. Overall, though, they tell me it was another successful year.
It's a summer tradition. It's something that people love and enjoy every year. It's a limited time only event, and it's something that I think that we really do offer something for everyone.
And if your item isn't claimed by September, everything, including any cash, will all be donated. Reporting from the fairgrounds, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
Yeah, be sure you go get your keys if you left them there. Quite a few of those. Chula Vista is rolling out a brand new way to explore its revitalized waterfront. This happening, right in the heart of summer. The city launching a free zero-emissions shuttle service to help residents and any visitors get around the bayfront. The shuttle will run daily. It will help connect riders to destinations like the brand new Gaylord Pacific Resort. You can also take it to downtown Chula Vista, back and forth, Chula Vista Center, and nearby neighborhoods. The Bayfront Shuttle will run 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that is going to do it for us here on CBS 8+. And remember, if there's ever something you want us to look into, be sure you email us. Here it is on your screen, working for you at CBS8.com. We'll do our best to help you out. Thank you so much for being with us here. Hope you have a wonderful day. Have a good one.